Hello and a welcome back to This or That with Kobe and Dash. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well, man. It's a Wednesday morning. Got some tunes going and some slides ahead of us. We got a lot of them apparently as well.
Yeah, 9 slides today, so let's get right to work. Slide
All right.
number 1. Better all-time resume, is it Cloud9 or TSM? Right off the top of my head, TSM have 6 LCS trophies. Cloud9 are crushing it right now, but don't forget the history. Cloud9 only have a total of 3.
You may have just gotten me with that. Okay, interesting. 'Cause my gut was actually to go to Cloud9, and that's only because the head-to-head record. Immediately what jumped into my brain was head-to-head record, and Cloud9 actually owns that over TSM. But I think you're right, Kobe, that holistically, when you talk in resume, we talk career, we talk longevity, and you cannot ignore the size of brand that TSM has created over the years, and specifically the accolades they've garnered in the LCS. Cloud9 is giving them a run for their money, though, with spring and their supposed summer finish here. So it's going to be a close one as the years go on.
All right, next slide. Let's get to it. Brighter future, new Immortals or new 100 Thieves? I've liked the changes for both of them. Immortals theirs was a bit of a discovery, like, all right, we're putting the whole Academy roster back in because people want to see Xmithie and Apollo in them. And then all of a sudden, oh, wait, Insanity and Alorum are some of the best performers on the whole team. All right.
Right. They came out of nowhere, and they've been impressing everyone in that regard. But I think the reason why I'm going to say brighter future for 100 Thieves, actually, while I've been super impressed with the two rookies for Immortals, is that there are too many veterans on Immortals for me to talk about a brighter future. So when I'm thinking about leveling up talent and the possibility of greatness, the possibility that these players in this team really rises to another level, I'm actually going to put my weight behind the team that has more rookies and more supposed room to grow. Someday being the only real major mainstay on 100 Thieves in that situation. Whereas on the other side, is Apollo really going to... Does he have that much more upside?
I'm hearing your argument, and it's a good argument, but I'm just not buying it.
No, come on. I'm trying to find a way to argue for 100 Thieves.
It's a good one, though. I mean, personally, for me, Poom is probably the most exciting just because he's the most rookie. Like, only been playing League of Legends for 2 years, like we said last time. So that's super exciting. But I'll still go with Immortals. I like your argument. We're just going to have to move on to the next slide. Harder to kill, Ezreal or Yuumi? I mean, Yumi's the one that can stick on to Ezreal. So as hard as Ezreal is to kill, then you also get that plus more with Yuumi. Yep. I thought that's a free answer. Yep. It's got to be Yuumi. She can stick on another champion. You have to kill a whole other champion.
If you have to kill a champion just to get to Yuumi, then it's obviously Yuumi. So yeah, there it is. Let's move on.
All right, cool. We got a preview of the next one as well. More deceiving 6-2 team. Honestly, I don't feel like they are deceiving anymore. There was this talk when we had the bigger clump of the 4-2 teams, and we're like, okay, we do need to separate our 4-2 teams. But after this last weekend, I think we got a little bit more separation. And wow, a lot of these games, there are back and forth. There are points where the other team can win. In the battle of all these top teams, I don't think like deceit is really the right word, because as well, a lot of the players that I talked to for scrims and everything, they talk pretty highly of both TSM and Team Liquid as the ones that are below Cloud9.
Yeah, I'm in my head, I'm kind of replacing the word with like deceiving with imposter syndrome, right? Because I agree. I don't think 6-2 is deceiving. I think both of these teams do deserve their 6-2 record. But if you're trying to qualify which 6-2 team is better and therefore less of an imposter to their record, then I'm looking at strength of wins, strength of losses, things like that. And that's where I would have more concern around a team like Team Liquid, where I feel like a number of their wins and their losses have just been chaotic endgame things. We even heard Jat say it, like, we're happy to get the win, but no one on the team is happy with how we are winning. And to me, that indicates a team that feels that they're in some cases maybe being gifted wins that they didn't really deserve, or they kind of, lucked their way into one. Whereas TSM, while they've had a couple sporadic games as well, more recently has shown me, particularly with Spica, an ability to create leads and then actually push those leads to victory in a more convincing fashion. So I would maybe go TSM because we're forced to pick something here, Kobe. I'm going to go this. I guess most deceiving. I'm going to say TL is the most deceiving. So I'm picking that. We're losing track.
James,
It's hard.
James,
Both
this is
6-2
supposed to
teams
be
and
the
they
quick
deserve
show. you're taking 5 minutes on every slide.
All right.
I know you're new here. I'm gonna just give you a little mid this or that coaching.
Pull me along.
We do them rapid on this show. This is
All
not the
right.
podcast one. Let's get to the next one. I'll have you on the dive though, because I feel like
There
you're gonna. You got some more in-depth analysis to go into. This one we try and just give. Who would Cloud9 be more doomed without, Blabber or
Blabber.
Niski? Oh my God, how do we
Blabber.
separate them?
Blabber.
Let me remind you, with Svenskeren, they also had MVP Svenskeren, and people were saying, oh, Niski's only good because Svenskeren MVP jungler is ganking for him. Lo and behold, Niski has done it with another MVP jungler. Does he make the junglers into MVPs? James?
Yeah, but did they win when Sven was MVP?
True. All right, Blabber, you sold me.
That's all I
It's
get.
Blabber.
That's where I get to. They had the MVP jungler. It wasn't enough to put him over the line, right? And Blabber's the
All
one who
right.
came in.
Would you rather start a new team with Tactical or Johnson? I feel like Johnson has actually kind of fallen a bit under the storylines because Dig is just been so abysmal, losing all their games. But every Dig game, I'm like casting it. I'm like, oh, but the bottom lane is doing some stuff, right? Joe Johnson and Afromu are actually, performing. Would you want to start the whole team with them though?
That's a good point, though. I actually like that you called out that if, like, with how poorly Dignitas is playing right now, if you're going to pick any aspect of the team that's working, it is that bot lane. And I'm sad because I remember when he first came onto the scene last year, I was so excited about Johnson. So just based on that, the energy I had around Johnson and the fact that he is still maybe the performing member alongside Alframu, I'm actually going to say, yeah, start a team around this guy. Give him a real shot. Tactical has had his shot. He's surrounded by some of the best players in the world, let alone in North America. He doesn't need a new team, right? Leave him where he is.
That's the best argument to me. Is like if you ask the two players, "Hey, Tactical, we'd like to start a team around you." You're like, I have a team. We're in second place right now. Hey, Johnson, would you like to start a new team? Yeah, we're last place. I definitely want to start a new team. You sold me. I'm also going Johnson. Next slide. Would you rather send to Worlds right now? Is it TSM and EG or Team Liquid and FlyQuest? They're coupling both of them. Right. This is interesting because the styles kind of match up, where FlyQuest and Team Liquid are the slower moving, draft more scaling, more tanks types, and TSM and EG more draft experimentation, more 1-3-1 style stuff.
This is real tough. Because what's funny is I want to take one team from each category and put
that's why they pair them like this.
I know, I hate it. Like, I really want to see Evil Geniuses at Worlds. I want to see Jizuke back on the world stage, Svenskeren back on the world stage, one of our more active teams really out there fighting. I'm gonna be honest, Doublelift, you've had your shots. I'm not that interested in seeing you on the world stage anymore. Sorry, buddy. And so I would have actually taken Evil Geniuses and taken Team Liquid and smashed them together, but because I'm being forced, I'm going to go the way of Team Liquid and FlyQuest. FlyQuest are a spring split top 2 team that has a really consistent level of play. And then Team Liquid with just one shift in their roster and a new coach. Excited to see what Jack can bring to the world stage. So I'm going to go there.
I'm going TSM and Evil Geniuses just because of the difference in styles that I talked about. Okay. I've seen slower, safer North American teams at Worlds before. I want some exciting stuff. Bjergsen's playing Tank Fiddlesticks. He's playing AP Nunu in mid lane in solo queue. He's got more of these picks. He's willing to jump on new stuff. I just want people to be explosive and try some stuff. I feel like that's what we get with the disc slide. Next one.
My two are going for 3-3 in group stage. Kobe's are either going to just 6-0 or they're going to flame out real fast.
Better split Jensen or Bjergsen. For me, it's a no-brainer. I'm going with Bjergsen. I feel like he's carrying TSM in a lot of their victories. And Jensen's style does seem to be a bit more of the older mid lane style, more focusing on minions, less on roaming than a lot of the other guys like Niski and Demonte and even Bjergsen has gotten into.
I would agree. I think Bjergsen has been a better performer in the split so far. I like the fact that he brought out the fiddlesticks. We're getting a little bit more of the Bjergsen we used to know, who's quick to master champions as they come into relevancy. What's interesting is I think Jensen was set up to look better in this split because of the way TL lost double lift, and it kind of felt like they were going to recenter around Jensen, but he hasn't fulfilled that role, I think, so far. So I'm with you. It's Bjergsen so far being a top contender.
All right, next slide. What do we got? What is worse, disappointing your parents or disappointing Phreak? Now, you probably get yelled at more if you're disappointing Phreak, but it's even funnier. Phreak's to the point where you're like, oh, you get yelled at. It's like, oh, scary, and then it just jumps over into being hilarious because he just goes way overboard.
I mean,
so I would say disappointing your parents is actually worse because I also care what my parents think.
That's it. Therein lies the rub. One assumes that I care about Phreak's approval in putting this on the slide. And in all honesty,
it's more like, haha, look at Phreak flame.
Right. I'm happy to disappoint Phreak. If anything, that's half of our relationship. So yeah, no, what's worse? Definitely disappointing my parents. There's a real guilt, a real sinking guilt anytime you feel you've done something, at least in my perspective, to disappoint my parents. Phreak, on the other hand, it's like my life's goal to disappoint him. So
yeah, you're going to get some laughs out of that one.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I think that's going to do it. That was 9. Oh, boom. Got it right on the nose. Tune in next week. We're going to have another episode hot off the presses for you.